I'm gay and I love zines, and zines have helped me be gay and helped me be me.
I actually came out through my queer horror zine.
I don't know how publishing works, but I can publish things myself, which is really cool.
Any little bit of time I have, I spend on it.
You can put whatever occurs in your freaky brain into a zine.
Yeah, I can do my own rules. Nobody tell me, oh, tweak this. And I can have themes and characters and vibes that wouldn't really go in traditional media. You know what I'm saying?
This is a zine, or small self-published magazine. This is just one of the many ways a zine can look. This one was made by Banksy, and like a lot of zines, this one is about fighting systems of oppression and anti-fascism. Many folks trace the origin of zines back to Common Sense and Thomas Paine, but modern zines were first started in Harlem in the 20s, with provocative names like Fire allowing young black artists to express themselves independently and freely, which is the spirit of zines. A play about fire closed tonight in Philadelphia, and I went to speak with a playwright and some of the local folks attending.
Today, with the cell phones that we're using with the short format videos and that, this is the precursor to that. They did this back in the early 20s, you know, so they were way ahead of their time with this whole concept of short form content.
You get to see Langston Hughes and Zora Hurst and all these American icons when they were young. And so that's one of the most amazing things about it. It's like, hey kids, let's put on a play. Let's talk about what we want to talk about.
I think DIY publishing is sort of like fundamentally like a black experiential thing, especially looking at moments like this in history where people we learn about like Zora Neale Hurston and Langston Hughes and Gwendolyn Bennett and Wallace Thurman, and we learn about them after they've been successfully published. And so it's cool to see stuff like this and learn about their DIY selves, as, young and frustrated and queer and all of that.
But that's it. It was self-expression right out of slavery and Jim Crow.
Independent media and publishing and the like are so important because I feel like that's the closest to the truest essence of something you can receive. And in the case of Fire, that's like, it's really important for the advancement of culture.
When people don't see themselves in media, they're empowered to tell their own stories. That's why so many queer, feminist, and anti-fascist voices from all backgrounds flock to zines, and you can find many of these folks at the Philadelphia Zine Fest at Temple University. The do-it-yourself spirit was alive, and I met so many amazing people, and I want you to meet them too.
I'm Corey. I'm part of the Soapbox Community Print Shop and Zine Library. It's a community print shop in West Philadelphia. It's in the basement of a church. Zines are important right now, and specifically for youth right now, because it's outside the locus of control of the all-seeing eye of, what do you call it? Corporate surveillance capitalism.
Anybody can make a zine. It can be made with any piece of scrap paper, scrap fabric. It can be any format, any media, anything. And in the time of the digital age where it feels like there seems to be an entry fee for everything, it's nice to have something that you can hold, something physically present, that you can just pick up and do at any point in time.
The zine is about the same size as a telephone. Rather than picking up your phone, you can pick up a zine and see specific information about a subject you never thought that you would have. That's what's important about the zine.
It is analog. That's what we do. We do analog only. Anything not digital.
You can make a zine and be totally anonymous. You can make a zine and not be involved in the internet or not even use a computer. It can all be relatively handmade or use dumb, aka not smart, computer technology to print it. And it's also a way to get things into people's hands, because real life is where the magic happens.
Zines are the most accessible form of art. Like, bar none, anyone can make a zine, anyone can contribute to a zine. You can hand them out on the street, disseminate that information, and put weird creative tints to it, or just make weird, goofy plays on capitalism like these blind box zines.
I don't know if zine making will help destroy capitalism, but at least it's lessening it to a certain extent. We gotta start somewhere.
Your first zine can be about fun and fandom, but it can also be personal and powerful, and a call to action or resources for communities that are so often forgotten by the powers that be. And this independent spirit, this truth from individuals, is what makes zines so inherently anti-fascist.
I don't have to ask anybody anything. I don't have to check in with anybody. I can just purely put my identity on the page and distribute it in a large way.
You would have a supervisor going over all of your work and being like, that's not good for this audience, that's not good for that audience. But when it's just you expressing what you want to do, you don't have to worry about who it will find, because it will find the right people.
A lot of the art that we make is not safe for work. The places that we can show that kind of artwork are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And so it's really important that we are able to make physical media and making sure that it doesn't get deleted by the powers that be.
It's nice to remember that there are ways of expressing yourself. You don't have to rely on like corporate media platforms or social platforms. You can do it yourself.
Artist, writer, I lay out the print files, I get them printed. It's a very, one-man show over here.
Wrote it, I drew it, I laid the book out in InDesign, I did everything that I humanly possibly could because I want to tell this story.
Do you like the game Destiny? Well, here's a zine about some of the characters having hot gay sex. You can make a zine about anything, including the tiger mantis shrimp, anti-fascist unicorns, Law & Order but cat boys, pelvic floor health, recipes inspired by pro wrestlers, self-defense for trans folks, queer liberation, and of course, bystander intervention and what if all my Final Fantasy characters kissed each other. Now, I want to find out what you're gonna make.
My name's the Slaughtermelon, but my real name is Thomas Reed, and I love making zines because it gives me the opportunity to spread my work. I've always thought that it's important to do the right thing, and so does Slaughtermelon.
So I collaged all these stickers that I had been collecting for years and was afraid to use. I have this one here that's from the 1980s. I had to glue on here so it's lost its sticky.
But I actually came out through my queer horror zine. That was the zine that during writing one of the essays, I was like, oh gosh, here it is. I'm out now. That's cool.
My work centers around my Haitian heritage, also around healing and the intersections of my identity. I also riff on a Nancy comic as well that I draw my own Nancy.
Anything I want, just to go as far as I want to with the stories that I tell without having to compromise in any way. I took a lot of inspiration from my own bad experiences of dating.
This cute little guy, his name is Harvey. His full name is Harvest Beast. And so far the top review has been from 2 of my friends' 4-year-olds, so I think I achieved the mission here.
Something really cool just happened. I got out this zine about ghosts to show you could make one from a single piece of paper, and when I opened it up, I realized inside were all these stories about the ghosts and their activities, and it made me realize just how full of wonder and excitement and mystery zines are, and just how cool it is that we have this platform to be truly authentic, original, and unique.
The more, streamlined art as a concept becomes, the harder it gets for art to become distinguishable and have the heart, all of the vision of the creator behind it, to be people and not being muffled out by, to pick a recent example, generative AI, for artists to be able to distill themselves in the purest form and not be taken over and smothered with the pillow of, soulless algorithms.
This room was filled with so much creativity, so much positive energy, and those creators took that home with them to their friends and families and communities, and that's why I love zines. So when you make your zine, make it with your whole heart, make it to fight the oppression in this world, and just keep creating.